mother molested your daughter. How are you so sure?
Well, for one, I've known my mother my whole life. I'm 31, and there are so many things. There's too many things. Too many things that all point in the same direction. When I found this out about my daughter, it literally made my whole life make sense. And it fell into place. My daughter, when she first came to me, there was some cognitive dissonance and denial within me at that time, and it took me some time to come to this awareness of the full spectrum of all of the red flags and everything like that. But I mean, my daughter has come to myself multiple times with different various things. I have become aware of how my mother did it, how she groomed them, the words that she would have them say, "I love Mimi," and "I love Mimi's house," and she basically, I remember she did it in home daycare, and she would prep. She was ask these questions to the kids all the time, and she was always practicing them, and so it was.
So you think she's a serial molester?
Oh yeah.
So not just your daughter, but she's got many victims.
Yes.
And do you have any irrefutable proof other than just it made your life make sense, other than words that you think were grooming? Do you have anyone that has come to you besides what you say your daughter has said and confessed later in life that this happened to them? Do you have any evidence? Has she ever been charged? Has she ever confessed? Has anything ever happened that you can point to?
She was not charged. She was not confessed. It was her guilty actions specifically that really brought the true awareness of everything to me. I believe right now this is...
Okay, let me stop you, because I'm not asking for awareness.
Yeah.
Listen, what you're talking about is a crime.
Right.
And it's punishable by imprisonment. And in America, taking someone's liberty from them is a very high standard, as well it should be. And you're accusing your mother of a crime, and if she is guilty, she could and should go to prison. And you don't put somebody in prison over an awareness. You put somebody in prison over evidence. Do you have evidence?
As far as physical evidence that could hold up in court, I am not aware of if I have enough evidence for that or not. But what I do have is audio recordings of my daughter basically saying she did it numerous times. And also I have her guilty actions, behaviors that are extremely contradictory in the smear campaigns that she had launched against me as a result.
Well, smearing you and molesting, being a serial child molester are two different things. Now, you have not spoken to your mother in 1.5 years, correct?
Correct.
Ever since she kicked you out of her home for making these accusations.
Right.
Well, that ends today after the break, because she's here, you're here, I'm here, and it's time this comes to a head, because I take these allegations very seriously, and I intend to get to the bottom of this. We'll be right back.
I found a spiritual guru. I decided to go to one of his retreats. It was basically him like putting everybody in a trance.
I told her, I said, that really sounds like a cult.
I did do mushrooms before the retreat.
24 hours after she returned, she's accusing me of the most horrific type of accusation.
Stephen Rakowski has pleaded guilty to child sex charges.
Video and photos of the assaults were discovered on his cell phone.
Larry Nassar admits to sexually assaulting young women and girls. He pleaded guilty to 7 counts of criminal sexual assault, with some victims as young as 13.
We heard from roughly 30 women today on top of the 150 we heard from last week.